So I'm out in one of my favorite communities, the #1 selling master plan community out in the greater Houston metro, and that is Bridgeland. And this is a place that I absolutely love coming to. I have clients that are out here looking in the area right now, and I wanted to give you a pros and cons video, letting you know the good, the bad, the ugly, everything you need to know about moving out to the greater Bridgeland community in Cypress, Texas. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, stay tuned. Hi, my name is Aaron, and every week I'm helping buyers relocate to and throughout the greater city of Houston and the surrounding suburbs. So if you need to know anything about where to eat, sleep, live, play, hit me up morning, noon, or night. I am your guy. If this is your first time here, hi. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment section down below and let me know where you're watching this video from. If you're interested in Bridgeland, or if you're just looking at new construction in general in the Houston metro, I would love to be your go-to. But in order for me to do that, you have to hit me up, call, text, email, whatever is easiest for you. But sit back and enjoy the rest of the video. And so Bridgeland, like any community, is going to have pros and cons, but I do think that the pros far outweigh the cons in Bridgeland in Cypress, Texas. And the #1 pro for me is the builders. You have such a wide variety of all of our premium builders out here. You have your David Weekleys, you have your Highlands, you have Perry's, you have your Westons behind me, you have Newmark, which is one of the prettiest models that you'll ever see in the greater Houston metro. You have from I believe all the way from 40 feet all the way up to like 80, 85 foot sections out here. And so you're gonna be able to get entry-level products as well as some of your more estate million-dollar homes like the Newmark model. But the wide variety of builders that you can build in the greater Cypress and Bridgeland community is definitely one of the top reasons why I love this community right now. And they're still building, they're still growing. They've now jumped over to the west side of the 99 tollway. And so now we're definitely where we are right now on the west side of everything. They're still growing, they're still expanding north and south. And so you still have opportunities and you still have a wide variety of builders to choose from. So the second reason why I love the Bridgeland community is for all of the amenities. It is just filled with amenities. You have like over 60 miles of bikeable, walkable trails. You have like 900 to 1,000 acres of lakes. You have fitness centers. You're gonna have, you know, different splash pads and pools throughout the different communities. And it's just a place that is action-packed full of amenities. And if you're stacking this one up with anywhere in the greater Houston metro, you are going to be hard-pressed to beat what you can get here in the Bridgeland community in Cypress, Texas, compared to anywhere else. So #2 on the list for sure are all of the amenities that you get at your fingertips when you're living in Bridgeland. So the third pro about living in Bridgeland is that you are having access to quality schools. And so if you have kiddos and you are at that school age and you're going to be looking for an education for your kiddos in the coming years, then living in Bridgeland is going to afford you some pretty high quality schools in the greater Houston metro. You'll be hard pressed to beat a majority of the schools that this area is tied to, being tied to Cypher ISD, which is one of the most highly rated according to niche.com and great schools. And so if most of the people that hit me up have kids and they're looking for their education's sake, Bridgeland is going to be a pretty nice bet for them. One of the concerns or questions that I get all the time as far as the communities that are now on the west side of 99 is, what is Waller ISD going to do? On paper, at least on those websites that I mentioned before, Waller ISD isn't as highly rated, but they were like B rated compared to an A rated Cypher ISD. And so your kids are definitely going to have a higher quality school than they would be like living in the city where I currently live right now, where most of the schools are like in that C average area near me. Out here, you're going to be in that B to A range area, depending on whether you're in Waller or if you're tied on the east side of 99 to the Cypher ISD. But quality schools is going to be something that you're able to have access to if you live in Bridgeland. Pro #4 why I think that you should move to the Bridgeland community is because of the outstanding location. Now, where you are, depending on whether you're on the west side of 99 or the east side of 99, you are minutes away from the 99 tollway, which will get you north, south, and if you ride it long enough, it'll get you east and west. It'll do whatever you need it to do. You're also a couple minutes from 290, which has a bunch of restaurants. It has your premium outlet mall. It has shopping, grocery stores, everything you need off of that corridor of the 290 interstate, as well as the buildup of all the communities that are surrounding 99, the commercial infrastructure that you have at your fingertips, the Targets, the grocery stores, fast food, restaurants, everything that you're going to need is within minutes of you in this outstanding location. So number 4 on the list of pros to why you would ever want to move to Bridgeland is because it has an outstanding location. So the 5th reason why I think you're going to love the Bridgeland community is because it is in fact a master plan community. And so all of the infrastructure is meant to satisfy and serve you. So the school systems, all of the shopping, all of the eateries, all of the amenities, the lakes, the walking trails, all of these things, the fitness centers, the pools, the splash pads, everything here is meant to give you a great time and make you not ever need to leave your community. And so like many of the communities on this side of the world, your Katie's and Cypresses of the world, your Tomballs of the world, the planned communities out here are super thought out, and Bridgeland is one of the best when it comes to just things that you can see and things that you can be a part of. And like behind me, you got your walking trails, you got some of these lakes that are behind you right now. And so I definitely think that this does it like none other, especially in this region, but in the greater Houston metro, this one does it like none other when it comes to thought and development. And you're going to have different styles of life. You're going to have townhomes across the way. You're going to have single family homes. You have mansions like this one. You're going to have your schools tied, your grocery stores, everything that you need is jam-packed in this community because it's a master plan community. And so that's reason number 5 for sure why I think that you will love living in Bridgeland. And so like all things, there can't all be pros. There's going to be some cons when it comes to living in Bridgeland. And one of the biggest cons that most people kind of cite when we're looking in this area is that, and it's kind of a pro and it's kind of a con. You have so many opportunities because they're still growing, but the number one con is that it's still growing. And I've seen some stat like they're going to be building out here for the next like 7 to 10 years. And so depending on if you're getting a newer section or a newer construction home, or if you're buying a resale, if you're on the west side where they're still doing a lot of heavy development, you're going to be in a construction zone for a very long time, my friend. And that may not just be your vibe or not something that you want to be around long term for the next 5 to 10 years. And so if you don't want to be in a construction zone, you're going to either want to be on the east side, on the more developed side that's more finished, or if you're on the west side and you're looking at complete new construction or some of these newer sections, be prepared to be in the construction zone for a long time. The second con about living in the Bridgeland community, and it may not be a con to you at all depending on how much dough that you're rolling in, but the con for many people that really love this community is just the overall expensiveness of this community. The barrier of entry is just much higher here than it is for some of the other communities like a Mason Woods just south of here, or a Marvita, which is not too far from here, both rated to the Cy-Fair ISD, both have their own amenities at their own right, not at this level or this scale, but they all have amenities and they have great builders and great products. And so to be at an entry-level price point of right around $400,000 for most new construction homes out here, compared to some of the other communities, you can just get a little bit more home in other neighboring communities compared to Bridgeland. And so again, may not be an issue for you depending on how much dough that you're rolling in, but the number 2 con that I hear most from most of my clients that are looking in this area is that, man, they really love the amenities of this community, they really want to be here, but the cost of entry can be a little bit cost prohibitive for many people. The third con, and this is probably the biggest con that most people will have about living in a place like Bridgeland, is that we have extremely high property taxes out here. In many of the sections, I'm seeing anywhere from 3.5 to 3.6%. And so on one of these $5, $6, $7 million homes like that, or even if you're going on the entry level side and you're at that like $400,000 price point, you're going to be paying well over $1,000 a month for taxes for most of the homes out in the greater Bridgeland community. And so, you know, Texas is unique in that we give you a bunch of exemptions and we don't have the state income tax. And the kind of way we pay for everything here is via property taxes. And so in communities like this that are given these amazing amenities and infrastructure, you're going to be taxed for it, and you have to decide whether or not that $1,000 a month plus tax bill is worth it for you. But number 3 con on the list of reasons why you may not want to live in Bridgeland is because of the extremely high property taxes. So how did I do? Did I scare you away from wanting to move to the beautiful community of Bridgeland in Cypress, Texas? If I did, that wasn't my intent, but I did want to give you the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that you need to know and think about before you decide to call Bridgeland home. And hopefully I accomplished that. If there's any way that I can be a resource to you, call, text, email, or hit the comment section down below. All the ways to get in contact with me are going to be in the description or somewhere on the screen. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have an amazing day.